The selection committee is going to unveil their top 16 today. They should not do so before consulting the GET, the GameDay Evaluation Tool. We've put together the 1 seeds and we unveil them now if it comes off, and it will. So much for that idea they told me about doing it from the bottom. Those are the 4 1 seeds: Duke, Tennessee, Virginia, Gonzaga in that order. I don't think there's really any debate about this. Is there anything you see missing here?
There's no debate, but one of those spots is going to be decided between Tennessee and Kentucky at the end of this. Like, Kentucky's the one team that could get into that 4. Otherwise, I think the other 3 are solid and going to stay there.
All right, let's take it then to the 2 seed. And Kentucky is our highest ranked 2 seed. Seth, do you see a drop-off between the 4 1 seeds and the teams that we have at 2? Kentucky, North Carolina, Michigan, and Nevada.
I do see a drop-off. Now, I think that Kentucky and North Carolina are the biggest variables because they have the greatest room for growth in terms of where they were at the start of the season and where they are right now. But I think those 4 number 1 seeds have separated themselves with their body of work thus far.
And I also think, RD, with the eye test with a team like Nevada, I mean, Jordan Caroline had 40 points the other night against Colorado State. They passed the eye test. They're a team that can win a championship as well.
Yeah, but the metrics don't say that they should be a 2 seed. They should be further down. But I agree with Jay Will. Nevada, when you watch them play, they are legit. And, you know, they've got Jazz Johnson coming off the bench who can really shoot it. And Caleb Martin, Cody Martin are great players. Trey Porter does a great job for them. They've got an outstanding basketball.
They have 0 quadrant 1 wins.
Yeah, and they've got 1 ugly loss that they'll get a chance to avenge today. They played New Mexico today. New Mexico blew them out before. Now, you guys keep mentioning the metrics. In case you haven't followed, you can see some of the graphic stuff that we'll put on the screen for you. The NCAA has its new evaluation tool called the NET. They factor in efficiency. They've capped margin of victory at 10 for that component. That's not nearly as important as some of the coaches think, according to various analytical guys that I talked to this week. So analytics just part of it, and they always say it's not a precision instrument. It is an organizational tool to tell you about the quadrant 1 wins. Let's look at the 3 seeds now, and quadrant 2, 3, and 4. 3 seeds: Michigan State, Houston, another team outside the so-called Power 6 conferences, Marquette, who plays Villanova today, and Purdue.
RD, I know Michigan State has 9 quadrant 1 wins, but still, this is a different basketball team, not having Joshua Langford being out for the year, losing 3 in a row. I had them a little bit lower. I had them as a 4 seed instead of a 3 seed.
I like that Houston team. I talked to Kellen Sampson this week. He says this team reminds him of his Final Four Oklahoma team. They've got a toughness, they rebound the ball, they got terrific guard play. Houston could be this year's Loyola. They could be a Final Four team because of how hard they play.
His 0-2 team that had Hollis Price on it, yeah, that's a good call because Houston can offensive rebound. They are excellent defensively. And speaking of defense, Marquette is up there not because of their offense. Their offense has always been really good. They've always been fearless shooters from the perimeter. Marcus Howard, Sam Hauser and Joey Hauser, those guys can really shoot it. But defensively, Marquette is arguably the best defensive team in the Big East this year. They do a good job in field goal percentage defense. Theo John really does a good job blocking shots and rebounding. Marquette's really good.
Look, I need 15 seconds on this. Did you see this coming, Purdue?
I did see this coming. Right now, they're the best team in the Big Ten.
Right now?
Right now in this moment.
When did you see it, though?
I saw it in the last week or so.
Okay.
And Carson Edwards changing, being more of a facilitator and scoring an opportunity.
I guess I should have prefaced it by saying in the preseason or early season you see it coming, and here they are all the way up. So the 4 seeds making the rest of our 16. Iowa State, the team you believe is going to win the Big 12. Yep. Villanova might be undervalued as an opportunity to repeat as champ. Louisville, who has Duke coming up next week, and on Wisconsin, 2 of the 4 seeds.
Louisville is, to a lot of people, a surprise this year, and they've got almost as difficult a schedule as Duke in February. It's brutal, but Louisville's done a very good job defensively. Jordan Nwora is a great player. He's not a good player. He's a great player, and I think this team has done a remarkable job, and Chris Mack and his staff have really elevated this program to where they're legit. I mean, they're not a top 10 team, but they're a top 20 team.
Mr. Michael, our cameraman, if you can, 4 seeds, 3 seeds. I got to tell you, I don't see any difference in these teams. Resume, eye test, anything else. All these teams are.
Iowa State is a tricky 4 seed, RD. Iowa State's versatility, the number of guys that they can make a play and attack in a matchup, that team is wired to upset a bunch of people and maybe good enough to ride their offense to the Final Four.
I'm glad you're finally coming on board.
Well, let's not forget about my time.
I love to make the people cheer. Watch out.
Yes.
I agree.
Watch out.